What's going on, MMA fans? We're here to talk about UFC 92, The Ultimate 2008. I'm Adam,
I'm Roman.
and we'll start us off.
Alright, the first fight what I'm going to do is Chikongo versus Mustafa Al-Turk. Now, many of us don't know who Mustafa Al-Turk is, but a little background. He's from Cage Rage, was a champion there, and ADCC European champion. Now, Chikongo is coming off a win from his recent fight in the TKO. I believe he fought Dan Evanson. And as we saw, he used brutal leg kicks on him to stop the fight. And I think this fight's gonna probably last 2 rounds, and I believe Chikongo is gonna win by a TKO. I won't be surprised if Al-Turk is gonna take him to the ground and test his skills, because Chikongo is not one of the best guys to be on the ground, and I think he's gonna want to keep it standing.
And I actually pretty much agree with what you say. Actually, I think it's going to be a good fight. Probably not go the full way, but I'm looking for Chikongo to win a TKO.
Now, for Chikongo, it's very important for him to win. I mean, he had his opportunity against Heath Herring, and basically we saw what happened. Didn't work out too well, and he went down in the heavyweight rankings. I believe with this win, after this, he could move up and get a fight or 2 in, and probably be a contender, and see what happens after that. On to our second fight.
Alright, we have CB Dalloway versus Mike Masenzio. And Masenzio actually being from Patterson, New Jersey, not too far away from where we live, actually. And that's where I was born. And he's coming off a win over Drew McFendries due to an armbar. And
CB Dalloway coming away from a submission also from Jesse Taylor, I believe. And it should be an interesting fight. I hope we get to see some more ground action from them, and maybe it'll end up in a submission. For me to pick a winner, it's a little tough there, but I'm going to go with CB Dalloway by submission, 2nd round.
Yeah, I would say it's tough for me too, but being that I am from Patterson, I'd like to go for the hometown guy, so I'm going for Masenzio.
Alright, on to our top 3, which I like to call the top 3 main events. Vanderlei Silva against Quinton Rampage Jackson. Now let me just first say, for Quinton Rampage taking this fight, it takes a lot of heart. I mean, coming off from a loss against Forrest Griffin and getting into this accident and getting through this whole setback, it's just hard to see him pull off a victory. I mean, you're talking about a guy who beat him twice in Pride, like literally demolished him, as we all saw in the second fight. He kneed him in the head, and he just went down, almost fell off out of the ring through the ropes. So, for me, on this fight, I'm taking Vanderlei Silva in the 1st round, knockout by knees.
Yeah, I hope. Me personally, I would hope for Silva to take now the 3rd fight between them. But yeah, I don't see how Rampage can compete with Vanderlei's his technique of fighting, the way he fights, and I think he's just gotten better from the last 2 fights he's had with him. So I think maybe Rampage could surprise us, but I'm gonna take Vanderlei in at the most 2 rounds.
After this fight, we'll see what happens with Vanderlei. Potentially, if he wins this fight, we could possibly see him going for the title, and who knows when if he wins the title. Good things could happen in this division. It's going to be a hard way to stop the axe murderer. The only person I could see is Shogun Rua, but we have to see what happens with him for the next pay-per-view if he gets past Coleman. On to our next fight, the heavyweight championship, or the interim I should say. Winner faces Brock Lesnar. Antonio Nogueira against Frank Mir. Now, many people are denying Frank Mir that he could go fully 5 rounds. Honestly, this fight could go 5 rounds. Frank Mir has to, in order for him to win, stay on Nogueira, keep him down, and pound him out. But as we all saw what happened against Herring and Tip Sylvia, Nogueira survived. Especially the 1st round, it was crucial. He was on the ground, about to get knocked out, and he just survived through it. And I believe Nogueira is going to pull off a win, hopefully in the third round by submission. I don't know, maybe arm bar or like neck lock or something. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm looking for this to be actually be a pretty competitive fight, more competitive than what most people would think it would be, just because like Roman said, a lot of people are counting Mir out, and I think he's definitely ready for this fight. I think he's ready to give it all he's got for it. But Nogueira's a dangerous fighter, and he knows his stuff. So I'm actually looking for it to come to a decision at the end. But I'm picking Mir to get a slight edge.
Win or lose, I think the loser should fight Randy Couture, so it should even out. So whoever loses, I believe, will fight Randy, and the winner will probably get another title shot. So something to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
And on to our main event, Forrest Griffin against Rashad Evans for the light heavyweight title. Now, honestly, I think this fight will go 5 rounds because Forrest Griffin is not a guy that is a fighter that will finish fights. He's a type of fighter that will take it all the way and get a unanimous decision or split. He's a survivor. He could take a lot of hits, as we saw. He took hits against Rampage in the first round, and from there on, he controlled the pace of the fight. I believe Rashad Evans is going to probably win this fight, maybe by a surprising knockout, like what he did against Liddell. But if this fight goes 5 rounds, I expect Rashad to try to take Evans down and control him on the ground, or keep it standing and just control him by giving some jabs and kicks.
Yeah, I would actually say this fight's actually pretty unpredictable because I think anything can happen here. Rashad is a very explosive fighter, but Forrest could take punches and pull off some moves of his own. So I think it should be a pretty entertaining fight. It's hard to choose really who I think could win the fight, but I would say Forrest. It's hard to say, but I would say Forrest. Maybe if it goes a whole 5 rounds, but yeah, I could definitely see Rashad taking it too. So it should be a pretty explosive fight.
And now for some final picks. Fight of the night will probably go down to Rashad Evans and Griffin. Knockout of the night, maybe Vanderlei Silva against Rampage. And submission of the night, Mir against Nogueira. We'll see what happens. And we'll make some picks for the we'll make some post predictions after this.
Yeah, of course, and we'd like to see if you have any feedback. Maybe just leave a comment and see if we can get back to you or something like that. So, all right, it's been good talking to you about the event, and we'll see you later.